Hello, and welcome to a Sunday edition of Robert versus the New York Times crossword. Today we're going to do the Sunday, November 3rd, 2024 crosswords and go for that 46-day streak. Here's your spoiler alert for the Sunday mini. If you'd like to play along, pause the video here, click on the link in the description below. Mini is always free to play. Alright, let's do it. Tort. Omaha. This is an agent. This is, don't know, Omega, Ramen, Pong, and East. Demos. Present today, the Omega Speedmaster. First watch on the moon. That's right. It's lost. It's lost. It was being mailed to the Smithsonian. And, no one knows where it is. It's maybe one of the most important watches of all time. Ramen Yum, shout out to Minjin. Never eat shredded wheat. Didn't know that. Do we really need a mnemonic? Maybe we do. A foreign language or something. Bowen Yang. That's right. Anyway, now for the main event. That's the Sunday Daily Grid, which is by Sid Sivakumar today. Here's your spoiler alert. If you'd like to play along, pause the video here, click on the link in the description below. Daily Grid does require a New York Times game subscription. Sunday is the only day with a title. This one also has a note. This note. When this puzzle is done, read the shade letters from top to bottom to get an appropriate phrase. Okay. And the puzzle's called Can I Have a Raise? And it looks like we have circled squares bumping up over the shaded letters, being raised somehow. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see what Sid Sivakumar has in store for us. Let's get into it. Simple sugar, glucose maybe, partner of Go, dips, member of the fam is sis, umami here. Network with live streams on Paramount Plus is CBS, boozy holiday confection, sturdy hardwoods, oaks, race from gate to gate question mark, and Texas City, the foot of the Franklin Mountains. Is it El Paso? Not sure. Land inhabited by the Alutiiq people. Alaska something? Grab and go maybe? Lulls, like, like a lull in your tensions or something. Drum used in son cubano music. Relatives of narwhals such as belugas and bongo. Delivery room injection informally. Like sports stadiums susceptible to rain delays. So this is epi. Let borrow. Lend to. Not spelled out. Unsaid or something. Sized up. Not feeling 100%. Not feel 100% is ale. And Mrs. or Madame is Senora. Just open air here. Okay. I don't know what this is. Eid al-Fitr celebration and device with a plunger. Go for a bite. Can be eat out. On solid ground. One willing to take the hit question mark. And like Thor, shortly after arriving on Earth in 2011's Thor. Haven't watched any. Follower of Jah is a Rasta. Alaska Peninsula is all this is. This could be El Paso. Rumball? Slalom. Okay. The gates in slalom race. This is slang, and tennis center is two N's. Eponym of a popular root beer brand. Shells in Mario Kart is ammo. Island northwest of the Big Island is Maui. Word with the wave of a wand. Maybe it's Abra. This root beer brand is. Boasting words. Maybe it's I rule. Internet era maybe. Rock gods could be an ado. Backup storage device service for Apple devices is iCloud. Gentle reminders are nudges. Doppler effect phenomenon. It's a word from a pirate. Terse confirmation. I do or something. So we have kale going over a P there. Slang for money, I guess. Make it. engaged here. Something's wrong. Maybe it's not unsaid then. Who has successfully juggled 15 balls simultaneously? Maybe it's just no one. Cultural climate is the ethos. This is ashore. Stoner. It's just a feast. Tased. This is cured. Device with the plunger here is a French press. Okay. Protocol part is a step. Kiln for hops called an oast. Zoe Kravitz is the goddaughter. This is tie on. A lent to tag. You make someone it. Totally fascinated and experience serenity. Sees the point of his gets. Actress Krishnan. Don't know it. It might be on a lot, but not worth a lot. Q&A format is Ask Me Anything. I think it's spirit-filled. It could just be haunted. Online reference with credits, IMDb. Become lighter. Overs and unders are bets. Taradiddle. What's a taradiddle? Some yoga poses are named for them. Milk source is an udder. Item on a to-do list. An errand. Strong encouragement. Okay. Does some organizing sorts. Ars Technica. Sign of authenticity. Inventor of the printing press is Gutenberg. So we have tender over B. We have dough. This is just cash, probably. This is GM's. I am. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's not I rule. Coaster in the cold is a sled. Performance with the sombrero. Turning some heads and installations in a Hindu temple. Idols. Hat dance. Looks like it's gonna be Trisha. Used car. Screwing. Did laps as swam. Made Jemison. It's a astronaut. In a rush. Sure. Texas City that inspired Friday Night Lights. Not sure. Wildwater craft. It's a kayak. No, a canoe. Currency used in Vatican City is just the euro. Urging. Towns for Taylor. A rip. Por qué? Psychological effect whereby memories are recalled more easily when they're in the current emotional state. Something congruence. Mood congruence. 60s, 70 world leader portrayed in film by Helen Mirren. Puente. Tito Puente. This is an edict. Word following a comma in an alphabetized list. So it's the. Holds a grudge against. Where a ham might be on display. Okay. White site in an expansive blue. Soft rock. Could be just talc. Physique is bod. Common compound is CBD. Conscientious of one's community. Blow a gasket. Rage. Sites of conch. Piercings, ears, breakdown is sob, make one's thoughts known. Could be opine and pep there. Natural sources of pink dye, beats. Like the flight from New York to Singapore, the longest active flight. Tower in a port is a tug. Checks and balances include them. Amounts, nice clue. Tron was this film, moved across the aisle. This is something parties. Longtime buddy, old pal. Composter's concern could be odor. Firecracker is a dynamo. So we have pay bump. That's what these letters are. Some kind of shift. Frequency shift here. This is an M. Comic strip segment is a panel, certain Tuscan. Impossible, cushion upon which a ball rests. Changed course abruptly. Maybe it's just veered. This is civic minded. The veered does work there. They might be used to change the tone of a film. Haba Nagila is a horror song. Same as above, marks passes. This could be enacts, maybe grain here. Popular video game is Game Boy Advance. Not a super common. I could be wrong though. Cheddar here. Switched parties. It's not Game Boy Advance then. Oh no. Dittos. Oh. Grand Theft Auto. It's a franchise. Puerto Rico on some maps is an inset. Oh no, you didn't. What's seemingly impossible to find when storing leftovers? A lid. Kind of funny there. Name that sounds like its first two letters reversed. L-E. Okay. Idyllic places. Edens. Gathers together. Amasses. You till with a hoe. This is a kiloton. Wim Wenders, don't know him. Or Vim. Absolute musts are needs. More up to the task is abler. Put away is store. That all looks good. Some kind of filters. Lens filters. This is a flow. Look of ice and Golda Meir of Israel. This is an IRA. Apparently a taradiddle is a fib. Totally fascinated. Experience serenity. This is bark. I see. Okay, that's better. Oh, he's Abra. We have an S here. This is Odessa. Sign of a packed house is standing room only. Stage. Here, that kind of a ham. Sages. Resents. Be at ease. Arrested and a seal of authenticity. Alright. Got there. Some awkwardness in the cluing at some parts. For me, anyway. In the end, enough to get there. And we've got... Can I get a raise? So these slang terms for money are being raised. And there's even this payoff of having a pay bump. It's kind of nice. We found, or Sid Sivakumar has found a bunch of slang terms for money, and then at some point you can replace one of the letters with P-A-Y-B-U-M-P and then get a reasonable phrase out of it. So it's quite an accomplishment, I think. Alaska Peninsula. What is the Alaska Peninsula? I don't know about it, but Peninsula, okay. It's this sort of beard of Alaska over here. That's the Alaska Peninsula. Probably could have guessed that. Goddaughter almost has dough in it, right? Alaska Peninsula almost has kale in it. Frequency shift almost has cash in it. Maybe this is less impressive to find. C blank S-H. I mean, notice also that these sort of are bridging words, which is good. Not this one. This is just in daughter. So this God in front of goddaughter, really just to make it match this length, but still very natural phrase. Gutenberg almost has tender in it. Mood congruence, which I didn't know about, almost has green in it. Mood congruence? I mean, I guess it sounds like what it is, right? Civic minded almost has coin in it. And switched parties almost has cheddar in it. Yeah, so, you know, maybe you can find, maybe it's hard to find switched parties, actually. It's kind of a, that's an awkward phrase, but I was going to say, you could look for these, right, by saying, you'd have to do a lot, I guess. I forget, actually. Yeah, it is like this. I believe this should work. I just want a single character in between here, and I want to put anything on either side. Some of these are going to be spaces, which is not really what I want. Oh, wait. No, this actually is working. Scorched Earth. Right? Obviously, we don't want cheddar. Scorched Earth is nice, though. Munch Edvard. It's, you know, the painter of the screen, but in the wrong order. If the switched parties may not show up here. But presumably, Sid Sivakumar had some other tricks for searching for these. And of course, you know, you have to check everything. Although it seems very reasonable to look for, you know, this ending in ED. This seems pretty reasonable. I like Scorched Earth a lot. We could try to find, you know, do the same thing with Tender. I could look for something like this, which is not, no. He's replaced the D with the B there, but we could see if we could find anything. It doesn't have an E. There's better ways to do this. It would be better to go on Nutramatic, and you say, okay, I want any character other than E here. But I don't actually know the syntax. I haven't used... One of the weaknesses in my life is I don't know regular expressions very well. And one look has its own. Okay, so none of these will work. But, oh. Exclude these letters. Okay. But can I do it just for the single character I want to exclude? First of all, how does it read parentheses? Does it read parentheses literally? Like, can I do this? I should make sure it makes sense. No, it's not really working as it is. I mean, I guess I could say I don't want any D's anywhere in the entire word. That's not working either. Can I do this? No. Okay, so, but you could do it on Nutramatic. If I was a better constructor, I could show you right now, but alas, that's not the host you have today. Anyway, nice theme. Like, a lot of work went into finding these themers, I'm sure, and making the whole puzzle playable and stuff. It's got a nice revealer. It's nice that something's done with these bumped over squares. It's got a nice title. It's sort of done more than enough to get a pass on a Sunday from me. So I'm sort of relentless on Sundays. I want my Sundays to actually use the full grid. This one's pretty good. This one's pretty good. Playing faster than average, but for me, I think that's slower than average. 8% slower than average. So I found it harder than other people, but did find it enjoyable. Anyway, let's move on to Telegraph Plus Word. Here's your spoiler alert for the Plus Word. There's a link in the description below. Plus Word's free to play. It's a British mini crossword meets Wordle at the end. No, it's not. It's so weird. It used to be that it would be available after midnight in British time. But it doesn't make any sense because I played this one after 10 yesterday, which is today in Britain. But now it looks like it wants to switch over at midnight, so I don't really get it. I don't really get a Telegraph. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to end on the New York Times Connections puzzle, as we like to do. Try to make 4 groups of 4. Let's see what we got here today. Go for that 15-day streak. All right, let me just get visible for me. Let's see what we got here. Board, drop, plank, sink, range, panel, stud, boat, chandelier, counter, cabinet, crunch, council, mountain climber, fridge, and hoop. Okay, so I see things like stud and hoop. I see stuff like mountain climbers, crunches, planks. And then what, like maybe board or something? I doubt it. I saw stuff like council, cabinet, panel, maybe. I mean, there's also like board, plank, panel, maybe stud or something. There's stuff in your kitchen, range, counter, cabinet, and fridge. It's a reasonable place to start. Maybe chandelier's a kind of earring? Drop earrings, that is a thing. Chandelier, drop, stud, hoop. Maybe it is board, panel, plank. You know, we do still have mountain climber, crunch, and plank. Oh, you know what? Kitchen sink. So what's boat gonna go with? I think we think that boat has to go with like could go board, panel, plank. Neither counter nor cabinet is really right there, right? What does boat go with? Is boat an exercise? I think for now, there's no boat earrings, right? This is the most certain one, I would say. And then there's definitely kitchen sink, kitchen counter, kitchen cabinet. It's not blanks though, because neither fridge nor range. You know, it could be board, panel, console, and cabinet. That would make sense. Mountain climber, plank, crunch, boat. Has to be. I think that's it. And then range, counter, fridge, sink. Now, which of those is the most lateral thinking as opposed to the hardest? Kinds of earrings is not lateral thinking, nor is things in a kitchen. I mean, I've never heard of boat, but it's sort of gotta be. It's gotta be board, console, cabinet, and panel. So it's gotta be mountain climber, crunch, boat, and plank. Well, let's see if that's right. If that's right, the rest gotta be right. Yeah, core exercises. Boat is maybe where you're like on the ground in kind of like Superman pose or something, or maybe it's just where you lift up your legs and arms and make the shape of a boat. I think panel, cabinet, council, and board here as advisory bodies. Wow, so what's the hard one? The hard one is the earrings? Huh. I guess... I'm not sure. Okay, well this is obviously the easy one, just stuff in a kitchen. We did get there in the end. We did get there in the end. Was there an obvious misdirect? Apparently it's very tricky. 5 out of 5 difficulty. 57% solve rate. This order where I have the purple in the wrong place is 96 skill level. Right, so what was the... I guess the misdirect was kind of board, panel, plank, you know, like a piece of wood kind of thing. Or cabinet being the kitchen stuff. I think that's the misdirect. I gotta say, when you see stud and hoop, it's easy to see kinds of earrings. I'm amazed that this was the first one. mazes is the first one. Yeah, kitchen cabinet. And then construction materials. Okay, those were the two kind of misdirects that were common and possible. The most common correct guess was actually this one. That's so surprising to me. It's kind of the last one I saw. Sink counter chandelier fridge, really? 10% of players made this guess in this situation. I guess it was, the purple was tricky then. Purple was tricky. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'll see you tomorrow for a Momo Monday. See you then.